Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Annabel Rollins, and if you're new, please subscribe, and if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up. Let's get right on into today's video. Before we get into the video, let me apologize for a few things. One being the noises of the vehicles. Like I said, and I always say it in my videos, I do live by the roadside and you get the sounds, so please excuse that. Number two, if you hear any little noises like music or some type of children's program, my son is with me and he's using his tablet right now, so yeah. And the last thing I would want to apologize for, or mention at least, if I'm not too sure whether or not you could hear me too well, I am a bit under the weather, but I wanted to push through and do this video for you guys. So if my energy isn't that high in this video, or my voice isn't as usual, please excuse that, okay? But we're going to push through this video. So we know that this video we're doing self-reflection, self-evaluation, and in this video we're going to basically cover three key components of self-reflection. One being the definition, two importance / advantages, and three activities that you could do to evaluate yourself or to just reflect on everything about you. So let us start with the definition of self-reflection. Self-reflection is basically meditation or serious thought on one's character, actions, or motive. So when you think of evaluating yourself, reflecting on yourself, we go into deep thought as to what exactly our motives are, how do we feel towards certain things, how do we react with certain things, what are our characteristics, whether or not we can handle certain types of situations, what are our strong points and weak points. So we get into reevaluating ourselves or evaluating ourselves, and it actually makes us aware of these things. So let us move into the importance / advantages of self-reflection or self-evaluation. So I'm just going to read what I wrote down. Okay. Self-reflection enables you to move from just experiencing into understanding. This encourages a level of self-awareness and consciousness of areas for improvement and also strong areas. So like I mentioned before, it creates self-awareness as to where exactly are your strong points, where exactly are your weak points. It allows you to know yourself more. So you're able to now say, okay, this is what I'm good at, this is what I can strive at, and this is what I can push myself towards. And also you could say, okay, these are my weak points and this is what I need to work on. So you have a better level of understanding of yourself. Having a better understanding of your weaknesses and your strong points enables you to handle situations way better, because with your weak points you know that, okay, I'm not too comfortable in that area, I'm still working on that, so I need more work right there, so I'm not going to get into something that's all about that particular thing where I'm not that strong at. Okay, I need to say no to that because I still need to work on it, right? Whereas your strong points, when you're aware of your strong points, you become more confident in that certain area. So okay, if your strong point is probably you're confident, you're able to speak in public places, probably something like public speaking would be a strong point. And you're able to probably work on certain projects and probably even take certain career paths, because you know this is some place that I am strong. This is some place that this is one of my strong points, you know. So figuring out what your strong points and weaknesses are can play a really strong role in your development as a person, and trust me, you're going to do a lot better. So let's move right on into activities that pertain to self-reflection and self-evaluation. Okay, so the first activity that I want to introduce you to is finding quotes that speak to you. There are a number of ways that you could go look up quotes online. I mean, you could go to Google. That's the number one way. I mean, you could check it out on YouTube as well. Also, you could probably follow certain people that produce that content. Probably on Instagram, there are certain pages that just do quotes, and you could take what speaks to you best from these pages. I find this activity is a very good way to find very relatable quotes or very relatable situations that you can just take in and say, okay, this one speaks to me. This is my best self-reflection quote, and I'm going to live by it, and I'm going to see how I can now put this into my everyday life. So getting quotes, stuff that are very relatable, I think that's that's a very good activity so that you could practice with your self-reflection journey. A second activity which I find is extremely helpful is taking a self-reflection slash self-evaluation quiz. And these, they're not hard to find. You could just go up on Google. At least this is where I found mine. You could just go up and search up a self-reflection quiz. You could go to the images on Google and see certain questions that are there, and you want to get a quiz that has at least about 40 questions. So that's if you really want to do a deep self-reflection, or if you don't want to do that as yet, you could probably get 10 questions. It's really up to you and how ready you are. So you could do that, and if you want, probably print it out. If you want to, for me, I wrote every question down in my self-reflection, well, in my self-development journal. And reason being is that I'm always able to go back into my journal, see where I was probably a year ago, and repeat. And I think it is essential that you repeat that quiz yearly. So because I mean, if you do it like monthly, you wouldn't accomplish as much in a month, or basically your questions or your answers wouldn't be that different. So yearly, I would recommend doing it every year, so that you see your progress. You see, okay, if I haven't done any progress, if I've changed certain things about me, if you just basically reevaluate yourself every year. And of course, if you take it down in your journal, you'd be able to record your progress. Another way that you could do a self-reflection activity is in groups. If you want to do it with a group of friends, and ensure that these friends are on the same page as you, they are willing to actually take the quiz, and it's not something that is forced on them, because you want to get the same energy that you're giving off, so that way it is a bit more successful for you. And of course, in that group, you guys would be touching up on self-reflection questions the same way you go up online and you check them out. You probably, well, if you guys want to do more than 10 questions, I mean, that's okay too, because And make sure you have the time. Make sure you have the time when you do these things, because self-reflection really takes some thought. And I would recommend 10 to 30 minutes to get it done, so you're actually going into deep thought. And if you're not comfortable, or if you don't like the fact that you need to sit down and write it on your own, or you don't like to write, that's where the group activity comes in, and you're able to speak with persons and also get their take on certain questions. And yeah, you just be yourself. You don't say certain things because another person said it, but truly because this is what is going on with you, and this is your reflection on yourself. This is how you would evaluate yourself. You try to be as you as possible, be as authentic as possible. Okay, and the last activity, you could have a diary just for self-evaluation or self-reflection. You have your self-development journal, and it is not only self-reflection that you're going to do in that journal, right? So my first self-reflection activity, like my questions and stuff, I did them in my self-development journal. But you could have a journal that is completely dedicated to that, especially if you want to do like maybe daily reflection as to you're working on a certain situation and you want to see, okay, this is how I dealt with it today, this is how I dealt with it tomorrow, the next day. You could do it monthly. So if self-reflection is something that you want to go in depth with, and you want to evaluate yourself each month, each day, it's really up to you. You could get a journal specifically for that. And yeah, that is the last activity that I have for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching and sticking to the end of this video, and please stay tuned to my channel so you could see the next video that I have for next week. It is a self-reflection quotes video. So basically I will be sharing a few of my favorite quotes with you guys, and if you like it, you could have it in your journals, or you guys could stick to it, or you too can go look up your own quotes and share it with me. So stay tuned to my channel to see that, and thank you guys so much for watching, and bye guys.